Okay, I thought I'd shoot a little video on this 1964 Gibson Atlas. So it's pretty faded on the front, as you can tell. You can barely read the Gibson, but there it is. And looks like over here is where it had the little crest, little emblem. I don't know what it was, 2 falcons and another little emblem, whatever that was. But yeah, it's a pretty cool amp, very simple. Over here you can kind of read right there where the Atlas is, kind of was. Anyways, I don't know if these knobs are original, but I really like them. They're like a dark brown, and so 4 of them. So you've got volume, bass, and treble, and you've got an all the way over is off and standby, and then you've got 2 positions to flip the polarity. So yeah, the tubes that were in here were I believe they were Westinghouse, but as also was all the preamp tube, which is 2 6EU7s and a 6C4, I believe. It's pretty rusty, but all in all, it's in pretty good shape. You know, so it is what it is. But the Westinghouse 6L6s were pretty microphonic. So I found these that I had in my stash, and these are realistics. One, it says made in West Germany, and one in Great Britain, but they seem to do the job pretty well. And so yeah, and here's the date code. So get a little light on the subject. I believe right there, 606, I believe that's Schumacher. 36-week, 1964. Yeah, pretty beefy transformer. You got a choke and output transformer. So yeah, I'll show you the underside. I recapped the whole thing and then some. Did some resistor change outs, the screen resistors on the in the grid on the 6L6s, which I thought was important. So I'll show you that, and then we'll do a quick sound demo. All right, hope you enjoy this video. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I'm trying to build up my fan base. And so yeah, if you like old tube related amps, equipment, I like to do the mods and stuff, and I've got some pretty cool stuff coming up that's really unusual. I'm going to show that, and then we're going to go through and when I build an amp out of one of these, but projects coming up. But yeah, we'll get to that. I'll show you the underside of this amp, the Gibson Atlas. The Guitarologist has one of these amps that he demos on his channel. His is a combo, but I'm going to do as he says, which turn everything up, dime it out. It's got a pretty good crunch. I've kind of got a mismatched speaker for the impedance. This one requires a 16 ohm. I ran it through a 412 cab. I've got an old Hartke. Yeah, they did make guitar amp cabs at one time, but this has a 16 ohm input. And I don't know, it was okay, but I think the 112 for the power on this is just perfect. So it's a pretty good, halfway decent. It's an old Eminence, but I'll play through that, and I'll show you the underside of this, and then we'll get at it. So here's the underside. Someone had been in here and, excuse me, put this white silicone around everything that I really didn't think it really needed it. I don't think any of this stuff is going to really move. But anyways, it is what it is. Now the orange drops are already in there except for 2. And there was the tone sucking network, as they call it. And they kind of look a little different between different Gibson amps. But it was basically all on this side of this triple, like a triple pot there. It's really, thing's really weird, but it was all on this side over here, so, which resulted in a couple resistors, or 1 resistor and a couple caps. But anyways, I really still don't understand how this all works, but all I know is it sounds way better than it did, and that's the important thing. But I used some good F&T filter caps. Got 220s over here, a 20 over here on this end, and then I used a 47 on this end just upped it a little bit. Changed out the bias caps. And you can tell there was something that went awry here at one time. Probably these resistors, I changed these out to these 3-watt wire around 470 ohms. But the ones I had in there were teeny tiny little replacements. They didn't look good. Looks like that too probably went down at one time. But anyways, it's all good now. I cleaned up the solder on there and fixed up some of that. Looks kind of ugly still. I could probably get that black carbon up or whatever that was. Big ugly spot over here, and it's not where originally I thought it was. One of these filter caps had been leaking, but evidently it was just the glue they put on the bottom. And these things for a 20 microfarad cap was huge. So I will show you all the junk. Yeah, so here's all the junk that came out of here. Resistors and caps. I mean, you can see the size of these things are just huge. That's just one. TVA 1966. So I don't know if these were replaced. The amp on the, I mean, this could be a 1966 model just because the dates show 1964 on the transformers. That could have been on the shelf, and more than likely it probably was built in 66. But Sprague Atomlytic. So that was two of those that are 20s, and you can see they're starting to come on down there on the end. There's a little funkiness starting to show. That one's a little bit, and then this one is a dual 20. Yeah, 20 and 20. Focus both of us. Anyways, yeah, I took out these other little caps, little electrolytics, and these were the resistors they had on those power tubes. I was like, that's not going to work. So anyways, I changed those out. All right, we'll get to the sound demo. Hope you enjoyed this. More to come. Okay, so volume is halfway, bass and treble is straight up. well, who said they couldn't rock out in 1966 or 4, whatever. Anyways, the Gibson Atlas. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, please. More to come. Have a great day.